Who was Jack the Ripper? And was the serial killer ever caught? No one is alien to the name Jack the Ripper. He terrorized the citizens of the United Kingdom for many years. The name has been stamped in history for the gruesome murders he committed in a span of months. Investigations are still being conducted in order to understand who this unidentified serial killer is. This criminal maintained a similar pattern, but his appearance was never similar. Different witnesses gave different descriptions. Jack the Ripper carried out his murders in a way that was calculated, precise, and systematic. No wonder that the murderer is still in the shadows. Studies and researches continue to be conducted in order to identify this manipulative criminal. From royals to surgeons, there are still many names going around about Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper is responsible for murders that happened in the Whitechapel area of East London in 1888. The serial killer was first given names like Whitechapel Murderer and Leather Apron until a letter from the writer who claimed to be the killer reached the police station. This note was signed by Jack the Ripper. It was addressed as Dear Boss. The letter in red ink read, I keep on hearing the police have caught me, but they won't fix me just yet. I have laughed when they look so clever and talk about being on the right track. That joke about Leather Apron gave me real fits. I am down on whores and I shan't quit ripping them till I do get buckled. Grand work the last job was. I gave the lady no time to squeal. How can they catch me now? I love my work and want to start again. You will soon hear of me with my funny little games. I saved some of the proper red stuff in a ginger beer bottle over the last job to write with, but it went thick like glue and I can't use it. Red ink is fit enough, I hope. Ha ha! The next job I do, I shall clip the lady's ears off and send to the police officers just for jolly, wouldn't you? Keep this letter back till I do a bit more work, then give it out straight. My knife's so nice and sharp, I want to get to work right away if I get a chance. Good luck. Yours truly. He signed the letter as Jack the Ripper and added, don't mind me giving the trade name. He concluded the letter with a postscript. Wasn't good enough to post this before I got all the red ink off my hands, curse it. No luck yet. They say I'm a doctor now. Haha. Some of the commonly cited suspects who are thought to be Jack the Ripper include a barrister and teacher who was interested in surgery, Montague Druitt, a criminal, and physician Michael Ostrog, and another prominent name, Aaron Kosminski, a Polish immigrant who lived in Whitechapel. He was hospitalized in an asylum several months after the last murder and showed great animosity towards prostitutes. Some of the well-known and high-profile Londoners of the era, such as the painter Walter Sickert and the physician Sir William Gull, also have been targets of rigorous investigation and wild speculations related to the crimes of Jack the Ripper. This serial killer has inspired novels, movies, and documentaries. Among the most notable works inspired by the heinous crimes of Jack the Ripper is The Lodger by Marie Adelaide Lowndes, which was published in 1913. The book gave rise to numerous films, including Alfred Hitchcock's The Lodger, A Story of the London Fog, 1927. The name Jack the Ripper still stays foremost among the notorious serial killers in the world. The killings done by Jack had a similar pattern. The women were all prostitutes who had their throats slashed and their bodies mutilated, and at least 3 of them had their organs removed. 5 murders have been suspected to be the doing of Jack the Ripper, all in the Whitechapel area. Mary Ann Nichols, Annie Chapman, Elizabeth Stride, Catherine Eddowes, and Mary Jane Kelly. The 5 victims came to be known as the Canonical 5, and they were killed between August and November 1888. Most of the dozen victims associated with the killer had their throat cut from left to right. They were disemboweled, with intestines thrown out of their abdomen over each of the shoulders. The morgue examinations revealed that part of the women's uterus was also missing. A great public uproar occurred over the failure to arrest the murderer. Things got so heated that the Home Secretary had to hide away, and the London Police Commissioner had to serve his resignation in the aftermath. A second letter titled From Hell was also sent by the infamous killer to George Lusk, leader of the Whitechapel Vigilance Committee, on the 16th of October, 1888. The handwriting and style differed, but the letter was accompanied by a small box which contained half a kidney preserved in spirits of wine, ethanol. The writer claimed that he fried and ate the other half. The doctor who examined the kidney and declared it to be from a human also received a letter from Jack the Ripper. Hence, the terror continued. There are various arguments about the killings that were done by the Ripper. Many historians and lawmakers state that all the women were not prostitutes, and it was just the misogyny and class prejudices of the Victorian era appropriating them. However, it is commonly believed that the Ripper had a common pattern, and the killings were done as he had prostitutes as common enemies. The case remains one of the most famous unsolved mysteries in the history of English crime.